Well, hey, you guys, one thing that the internet and personal finance have in common is a lot of mysterious lingo. You get LOL, OMG, HELOC, Roth, repo, IRA, all these terms, all these letters, and you're thinking, what the heck? I mean, the more progress you make with your money, it feels like the more vocabulary you have to learn. So today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite financial abbreviations, the Refi. So Refi is short for refinancing. And if you are a new homeowner or if you've never refinanced a loan before, this might be an unfamiliar concept to you. Or maybe the concept of refinancing makes total sense, but you're a little confused on why you would ever need to do this. Or maybe you have a lot of questions around it. So today, I'm going to walk you through all of it because the truth is that sometimes refinancing is a great way to save money, but other times it can actually cost you money. So stick around to the end so you know the difference. But first, let's go over the basics. What exactly is a refi? So when you refinance a loan, you exchange the loan you currently have on your car, on your house, college education, for a new loan that usually you can pay off faster or it has a better interest rate. The result is basically a redo of your agreement with the bank about when you'll have all the money paid back to them and how much extra money you'll give them along the way in interest. Interest rates fluctuate and change all the time. And when you have a lower rate, that means you give less extra money away to the bank every month till you actually pay off its total value, which is called the principal. So speaking of interest rates, let's talk about a few reasons why you might want to refinance a loan. But be sure to stay tuned because there are reasons why you shouldn't refinance a loan, and we'll talk about that in a second. So the first thing to clarify is that ideally you should only ever refinance your home because a mortgage is the only kind of debt that I ever recommend you taking out or thinking about. And interest rates are one of the top reasons why a lot of people refinance. So for example, a coworker of mine bought her first place in 2018 for $205,000 at a 5.5 interest rate. And by 2021, the rates had already dropped down to 2.6%. So she refinanced to lock in a lower interest rate, and she ended up reducing her monthly payment from somewhere around $1,400 to just over $900. And having that extra almost $500 a month is a huge win and a perfect reason to refinance. So then she could invest that money in retirement or start saving for a new car. I mean, the possibilities are endless, and it's great. Another common reason people refinance is to shorten the timeline of their mortgage. So I always recommend a 15-year fixed rate over a 30-year or an adjustable rate mortgage. So a 15-year fixed rate, it locks you in, you know what the rate is, and it kind of forces you in the system that you're going to pay your house off early. But a 30-year mortgage is still the most popular choice, so a lot of people end up going this route. And anytime you're able to pay off your house earlier, that's what we want you to do. With the baby steps, this is baby step 6, it's pay off your home early. And a 30-year mortgage is going to have a higher interest rate, and it takes almost double the time if you follow that formula, which means you'd be throwing away hundreds of thousands of dollars just on interest alone over the life of the loan. So again, with a 15-year fixed rate, you're gonna have a higher payment month to month, but a lower interest rate. And it puts you in a system that's gonna make you pay it off faster, which is awesome. Now let's talk about when not to refinance. But first, I want to tell you about a faith-based alternative to health insurance that can make healthcare more affordable, and that's Christian Healthcare Ministries. CHM allows members to share each other's healthcare costs, and it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, choose the healthcare provider you want. Step 2, submit your eligible bills. And step 3, get reimbursed. CHM members take care of your eligible medical bills. And with no networks and the freedom to choose your healthcare provider, CHM is the best option for Christians who want to take care of their families and help other believers. So find out more at chministries.org/budget. So the first reason you want to avoid refinancing is if you're trying to consolidate existing debt. So listen, a lot of people are like, well, if I take my car loan and my credit cards and this personal loan and this if I do all of this and put it into a lower interest rate, that's better. But listen, what we have found with personal finance is when you have your debts separate and you list them out smallest to largest and they're in multiple debts, original debts, that's what's going to get you to pay off your debt faster. It's not this idea of math of, well, if I just had a smaller interest rate, everything would be better. Because the proven momentum of paying off your debt faster is you. And one of the best ways to do that is to pay off that smallest debt first and feel that momentum. Now, the second reason not to refinance is if your closing costs add up to more than what you'll save in interest. So it takes some time to do a little bit of calculating and find out if you'll break even. So refinancing includes closing costs that are about 2 to 6% of the loan amount. And those costs cover everything from your refinancing application, home appraisal, title search, home inspections fee, lender's attorney's fee, origination fee, points fee, all of it. But if the total outweighs what you'll save on interest in the long run, then you may want to wait until interest rates get even lower before you do that. I'll link my go-to mortgage payoff calculator for you to test out some of the numbers on your own. Now, the third reason to hold off on refinancing is if there's a chance that you're going to move in the near future. So if you have plans to sell your place or relocate or upgrade or downsize, you may want to hold off on refinancing now, again, because you're going to pay so much up front with the closing cost that you may not get back in interest over the course of the loan if you end up switching houses. So be thinking about that as well. Like many things in the world of personal finance, refinancing, it can be a great tool if it's used the right way. So just make sure you crunch the numbers and weigh the pros and cons of this. And if you're in need of a little pro help to think through your options, my friends over at Churchill Mortgage, they're an amazing resource. So make sure to check them out in the link below. Again, this can be a very complicated thing, so reach out to a professional. And if you didn't already know, my husband, Winston, he's in the real estate world, and I had him on the show, the Ramsey show, a couple of years ago to talk about some things like refinancing. So you should check that out as well. And remember, you guys, to take control of your money and create a life you love.